Well, moving on to Teen Mom star Briana DeJesus, she revealed that she wanted her sister, Brittany, to adopt her 6-year-old daughter, Stella, because Stella's father is absent. So Brittany, who agreed to adopt Stella when her sister asked, explained that because Stella and Nova, Briana's eldest daughter, don't have the same dad, if God forbid something were to happen to my sister, there's a possibility that they would be separated. So while Brittany was on board with the plan, Florida law provided some obstacles. Briana's attorney explained to her earlier in the season that parental rights could be terminated through second parent adoption when another family member adopts the child, but noted that the courts have put the brakes on that, meaning it was not a viable option for Briana at that time. So what exactly are those Florida laws that would prevent this from happening?
So in most states, when there's an adoption, the biological parental rights are terminated. Now, there's been a shift away from that. An example I like to give is, let's say parents get separated, right? Mom and dad get separated, mom remarries, and now there's a stepdad involved. The stepdad may want to adopt the child and give her the same inheritance rights, for instance, that a biological child would have. So in that situation, when there's a third parent adoption, it doesn't necessarily terminate the rights of the biological father, even though the father may no longer be in the picture. So that termination has to happen first, before there's any kind of severance of the parental rights.
So that's something that the father would have to agree to then. He would have to give up his, like you said, give up his parental rights for this woman to legally adopt her sister's child.
Exactly. So, the father can voluntarily relinquish his parental rights, or there can be a court proceeding where a judge does that. Now, just because someone isn't really involved in their child's life doesn't necessarily mean that the parental rights are going to be terminated. That parent may still have to pay child support, for instance, even though if he doesn't want visitation. So it's not something that happens automatically. Being a absentee father isn't enough to terminate. So we'll see what a judge does there.
Right. So really the only viable option right now is to kind of wait and see what a judge rules if they decide to move forward with this.
Exactly. And, there can be someone else that adopts the child, but doesn't necessarily mean that the father is going to be iced out. He can potentially get back involved if he makes a decision to do so later.